Hey guys, this is Vanngo. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I have the honor to have Michelle Phan, the OG YouTuber and business boss woman here to let me borrow her canvas to create this makeup look for you. I hope you enjoy the video. And thank you, Michelle, so much for coming to the channel.
Look at me. I've never seen me like this, but I love this me. I came here and I just trusted in Hung's hands. And this is probably the first time where someone fully did my makeup and I didn't touch anything. Cause you know, like makeup is so personal, right? And sometimes like you wanna touch the brow or touch the lip. This was the first time where I said, this is perfect. This is something that I couldn't even do myself. And I'm so blown away by your talent and artistry.
Thank you.
I'm really excited for you to learn and to watch the magic along the way. So let's begin.
Thank you.
Ready.
A little smile. To start every makeup, I always prep the skin first. The first product I use is Laneige Lip Balm. This does give you a little sheen, so if you wear more matte lipstick, I do recommend you to blot it off first.
Taste, I almost taste it.
It's grapefruit, right?
So after lip, we're moving on to face, and this is the Laneige Cream Skin. It's a favorite toner of mine that I really love because it's so moisturizing and juicy, and it's thin.
Just so you know, today Michelle do all the talking for me. I like to press into the skin. How do you normally use it? Just as a serum, basically, no?
Yeah, if my skin is dry, I will actually use this toner because it's creamy. It feels like a very thin, watered down lotion is what it feels like. It's great for winter. And it smells really good too. It has like this creamy, milky scent, but I don't think there's milk in it.
Oh my God, I want to go and get them now. From what listen? Next product, eye cream from IS Clinical. This is actually one of my favorite eye cream. I do like it a lot under makeup. I think it's very nice, hydrated, but not too sticky.
Oh, it does feel nice.
Always very gentle around the eye area. I don't get nervous doing makeup, but today I am.
Me too. Oh, it feels so cooling.
Yeah. The final step is the moisturizer. Also from IS Clinical, you guys see me use this all the time. I think Michelle should talk when I do the face massage because it feels so relaxing. Listen to her talking.
So right now, Hung is using his thumbs across my face and this feels really good. It's so relaxing. Oh my gosh.
I think skincare is the most important step of makeup.
Yeah, I notice when I don't do skin prep, now that I'm in my 30s, my makeup doesn't look as good.
Yeah, I think it's so important. I always believe that. What I do love about your brand is they are very skincare oriented. Pretty much all my favorite ingredients.
Really?
Yes, niacinamide, vitamin E, vitamin C, hyaluronic acid. Most of the product have all those ingredients there, so which I really love. Because a lot of time, you know, people always forget that good makeup also have to be good for your skin as well.
Absolutely.
Not just the color.
It feels so nice. It's like I just went to a spa.
For foundation today, I'm going to use...
This is Daydream Cushion in Gentle Light, which is my shade.
As you guys know, I mentioned in many videos before, I personally love cushion foundation. The only thing I don't understand why it's not so popular in the US. We should make it more popular because I think it's such a beautiful formula that's really easy to use on the skin. Usually you can use with a sponge like this, but I'm going to use on the brush today. For sanitary reason, I take it out first before I use on the brush. But if you use on yourself, you can use directly on the container.
Where do you focus on when you do your base makeup?
I usually put on the cheek here, the center first. But as you can see, this is where you have most of the redness. So usually this is where I will apply the most, and then I blend it out. And what I like about the cushion foundation is they feel like skin-like. Even you get really good coverage, still look like your skin. I mean.
Exactly.
And also this one does have SPF in there.
SPF 50.
50.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you should still wear sunscreen, of course.
All your product is very skincare oriented, so it's actually great on the skin. It's not any kind of heavy chemical on the skin at all. You can see right now, for any area that I want to cover more, I just do a tippling motion like this, and then the rest I just blend them out. How do you apply this normally on yourself?
I normally use, I know you're not the biggest fan of a damp sponge, but I do the damp sponge method because I like very thin layers. So I'm actually okay with it being diluted a little because I want the layers to be very thin. And same like you, I focus on the cheek because that's where I have like pigmentation and sunspots. I haven't tried the brush method, and you're using it dry. So
I use it dry, but you can see I just do like this to get more coverage, and the rest I might just do slightly.
Try this.
The reason I don't like the damp sponges because I don't want to dilute the products, and wherever I want to apply more, I just apply more, less. I just use the sponge or the brush to blend it out. I don't want to dilute the product.
That makes sense.
For concealer, I'm going to use the concealer from Rose Inc. This color is more like a peachy concealer. I think it's great under eye for Michelle. Look out for me. I'm using the same shades to correct any area that I would like to cover a little more. Michelle normally doesn't wear much makeup on the base, but today I plan to give her full on.
Yes.
Yes, queen, you have to say that.
I feel like a different person after concealer. It's like, who is she? You know? And sometimes when I want to have like smoky eyes, I actually leave my dark circles.
Yeah, because you can have a lot more depth.
Yeah, exactly.
I always like to drag the shadow down a lot more. I do that for usually for the eye look. I never leave the shadow too little under the eye. Yeah, all my smoky eye, anything I do, I like to really drag, really lower down. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I like the effect to keep the eye a lot more, larger, more sultry. When the eyeshadow is so clean on the lower lash line, I find it doesn't look as sexy as the other one. Yeah.
How do you do it so that it doesn't look like they look tired?
Well, you have to blend it out. When it's too harsh and it's too clean with the powder and the concealer, for me, it looks too heavy.
Gotcha.
But then if you drag it out, but it's not blended, look messy, that's when you look like your dark circle. It doesn't look like you do that in purpose. Yeah. Michelle, how often you do makeup on people now?
I don't
just
do,
yourself?
Just me.
Just yourself?
Yeah. I never claimed to be a makeup artist. That's why I love having my makeup done by other people, because I like to see what they see. They're like an artist. And so I actually learn a lot from, even you right now, I'm learning a lot from your techniques. You're
so good at your video though. One of the things I love about video, you're very creative with the makeup,
Yeah, I'm just being my own makeup artist. I always tell people it's not the same as a makeup artist. Like how someone does their makeup at home is not going to be the same as a makeup artist who have worked in the industry.
I think makeup is an art, so there's nothing wrong. There's no way it's right or wrong to do it. Whatever make you, make you feel good.
But it is nice to have your makeup done by a makeup artist. I do see a difference, like a huge difference.
But I think if I'm doing a video and I have to do makeup on myself, I wouldn't do very well.
Have you done a video yet? Why not? You should.
I only put, right now, tinted moisturizer concealer on myself when I do camera, but I never done full on. But I know for sure I cannot do a good job.
How come?
I never practice on myself.
I mean, maybe
and I
you
think
can try.
Yeah, but I think like watching you guys do makeup, I think that's a talent when you do on yourself. I think do on someone is great, but do on yourself is a real talent there.
I feel like because you know your face so well, it just feels easier, you know, doing it on yourself.
As you can see, I use the same brush, but I just try to pinpoint any area that I want to cover more.
And I like how you're using your fingers to blend after.
Yeah, at the same time. Yeah. Next step, I'm going to do...
This is So Soft contouring stick in the color Terra, which is my favorite contouring shade. What did you say? You said it was taupey. I like that you used that word.
Yeah, because it's not too warm, which I like. And I'm going to do pretty full-on on Michelle today.
I have a slim jawline. Okay. Oh, I'm having a small forehead.
I'm going to do one side first. What I love about this is that it's so easy to blend.
Yes.
You know, and I love the shade because it's not too warm. Because I don't like contour to shade too warm. I use the bronzer after usually. So for me, it's always two-step. If I do contour, I always still use the bronzer after.
Oh, this brush feels so nice.
You can see that now. It's like a really nice shade on your skin. You normally use the other shade or this shade.
This is my shade,
okay.
Terra.
Okay, I love the shade. It's really nice.
Thank you. Shout out to my PD team.
Yeah, you see how easy to blend, which I really love. And for someone who don't love contour, you can use this. It's just like a bronzer, you know, because it's not too warm. It's actually really nice. You can have a little cross over the face and just you frame the face a little bit.
It's interesting you do contour right after base makeup.
I know a lot of people, they do contour first and concealer after.
Oh, okay.
It worked for me the other way around, you know. So I think whatever worked for you is really, sometimes I add more, I just do it like this and I do on the brush and blend it out. Today I'm gonna do more very sculpted 90 on you. So that's why I do a little more contour than you wanted. But I think this is gonna look great.
I'm excited. I trust you.
Thank you. You used more warm color before, right? Today you more cooler tone. I think that would be a nice change.
Yeah, makeup is like fashion. Sometimes you just wear the same stuff and then it's nice to introduce something different and new.
Do the same on this side here.
Oh, you're going liberal with this.
Yes. But I'm not just saying this because you're here, but this formulation is great. There you see that I hardly have to, you know, like I don't have a hard time to blend at all. A lot of time the contour stick can be very streaky on the face though. Is that the right term? Like,
yeah,
streaky?
absolutely, yes.
Yeah, this is so easy to blend.
I don't like to disturb my makeup underneath.
Yeah.
And that's why we wanted to choose a formula that was very, very soft, hence the name.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm gonna have like sculpted cheeks, I feel it.
Yeah. Another thing is that, again, for makeup, contour is personal preference as well. Some people wonder why I do the contour right here. I think this way, for me, it looks more slim in the face. A lot of people just contour underneath here. That's when I find that it still gives you a very sculpted look, but your jaw a bit wider looking. I think when you do right on the jaw here, I think it looks more slimming.
Okay, I'm gonna do that now because I did the other one.
You do right on the bottom here, right? Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong or right, but I saw a lot of comments asking me why I don't put on the bottom here, but why I put right on the here.
Yeah.
I think for me, it gives more like a feline shape. Does that make sense? Yeah, I think that's what's more like slimming for me.
How do you keep it looking natural and doesn't look like war paint is on your face?
Depends on the shade you use as well. I think this is a great shade because it doesn't look, it's not too warm, it's very taupey. It looks more like a nice shadow. So I think it's great. And you have to use a formulation that's blendable. You know, it's important because that way you can blend well, it doesn't have any demarcation. It looks a lot more natural for me. Next, I'm using the same contour stick and I'm gonna shade in the nose a little bit. Michelle has a beautiful nose, she doesn't need it, but just for the look I'm trying to do, I'm gonna do a little bit.
You're very light with your hand. Like I barely feel it. Well, now I do, but just earlier.
But I think makeup should be relaxing for people. And just a little bit like that. You can use the same brush and blend it out. I'm also gonna do a little bit right here. Is that how we normally do it?
Yeah, I like adding a little extra there.
Yeah.
Because it just brings so much depth to my eyes. It makes my eyes look more 3D.
That's a perfect word to you, actually, 3D.
3D IMAX.
What I'm gonna do a little more, just a little bit for now.
Oh,
Under the lips area.
This is new.
A little bit on top here.
Oh.
Just a little bit. You don't have to do too much.
The 3D lips now.
This works great if you use the shades like this. Not too warm. If the shade too warm, it will look very unnatural. So I think it's the color of more taupey. It looks like a real shadow to create more the illusion of even fuller lips. But if the shade too warm, it doesn't look as natural. So that's why I chose this color. Just I think it would work great for this as well. For powder, I'm going to use the new loose powder from Rare Beauty. This is a very light powder. I'm just going to set where all the shine from the foundation earlier. As you guys always know, I always use some bronzer just to set where I contour the face. I'm going to use a new bronzer. That's the first time I use.
It's a prototype. It's coming out soon, and this shade is called Slip.
Yeah, the shade I find that's very complement with the contour that I used earlier. So I think it's perfect for it.
So actually, after the shoot, next week I'm flying back to shoot this campaign, and it's a formula that we found that we just fell in love with.
It's so easy to blend right
now.
now.
Exactly. It's basically So Soft, but in powder form.
Fantastic. Every single video that I do, I don't miss one bronzer.
Really?
I always use bronzer, even the most natural makeup. I think bronzer does tie up my whole look. I think it's just give the face a lot more dimension, you know, more definition, and I think every woman should use a little bronzer.
You know, I don't really use a lot of bronzer, but you're actually inspiring me to now.
If you look at all my videos, I always use a bronzer. It's almost like a finished thing for me. I don't go with the makeup without a bronzer. I also use a little bronzer right there. Just give it more depth around the eye area. For eyebrow, I'm going to use 2 of the fine liner brown. I'm going to use the light taupe and deep taupe. The deep taupe I'm using mainly from the outer part of the eyebrow, and the light taupe I use from the inner part. I personally like outer lighter and under darker than lighter. I know a lot of people do really dark from the center, but I think it's really close to your eye.
That's true. Yeah.
So I use the lighter shade from the inner part.
I like that you use 2 shades too.
Yeah. What I love about this brow is that you can really detail because it's really fine. So you can really detail. And I normally just go backward like this. Start for the inner part, so it's a bit more softer.
Oh, I've never tried this.
And I personally never do that triangle thing, and you know, I think it's create a demarcation, and I don't love it. I always just keep it more softer this way.
It does feel softer.
Yeah, and I just do it like this, back and forth a little bit. This is beautiful brow pencil though.
Thank you.
And then I use the deep taupe for the outer part. The shade just a tiny bit darker, but I like it. And then you can see the eyebrow of Michelle somewhere right here. I lift them a little higher for the other part. And then I usually like the eyebrow a little longer than most people.
Yeah, I feel it you're going in the outer limits, I feel. This is the outer limits for me.
Yeah, I know you never go this long, but I usually like them a little.
Is there a reason why you like extended brows?
I find it a bit more lifted eye limits, you know. I think when you're older, I do a shorter eyebrow because it does help lift the eye, but this way it elongates the eye this way more for me. So I use the eyebrow a little longer. Yeah, but I go a little bit this way. I'm gonna do the same on the other side.
So now you are using micro fluff.
The shade I'm using is taupe, which is complement the shade I'm using earlier from the pencil. I think this is great because it does keep the color to the brow as well. Sometimes the clear brow gel, you can see that that shine from the clear. It's actually not great for camera either.
What do you think of the soap brow trend that was popular a few years ago?
It's all personal preference, you know what I mean? Because I still want the eyebrow look like brow still. So that's why I'm trying to do, like, each person is different, so it's hard to say. For the eyeshadow, I'm going to use this palette, a Rodin, right?
Rodin.
This palette, I think the shade I'm going to use is the two shades here on Michelle. For the same look, with someone who have deeper skin, like a deeper olive skin or anything deeper, I would recommend this palette. This is a two new palette Michelle just came out, and I think this would be perfect for someone who have deeper skin tone.
That's Da Vinci.
Da Vinci, yeah. So the same idea of the look, because I know a lot of time I do a look and someone say, what if they have a deeper skin tone? What would they use? You can use this palette. And lighter skin tone, you can use this one. To start, I'm using the classic brown from Charlotte Tilbury. You can use any brown liner. This one I'm using just to create a little depth along the lash line. You can see right now, I just put a little bit along the lash line and under the upper waterline. If you're not good at blending, use a cold pencil like I'm using right now. If you're good, you can use more a long wear pencil. Or you can use a long wear pencil, but just do one eye at a time because it's easier. Michelle, personally, you'd like to use cold pencil or long wear pencil?
I like using a gel, a gel formula, just because I used to line my eyes, but now I just do waterline.
Yeah.
But I can already feel with this technique.
Yeah.
It just feels softer and more smoky, right?
Yeah. I'm doing this. I usually the pencil is just for the depth, really.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you're not doing it to like line the eyes, huh?
No. Because I blend it out. I don't want to keep. And for someone who have hooded eye or more flat eyelid, I'd like to use a little bit right here too, a little more depth here.
So you adjust your technique depending on
on the eye
shapes.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's great.
I just did the same on this side. Basically, as you can see, is I just use a little brown liner, just create a depth before I do the eyeshadow. And I do a little more on this corner here, just because the shape of Michelle's eye. You can blend it out. You usually don't use like pencil blend it out, right?
No, not like this.
Yeah. The next step I'm using is the palette that Michelle has, and I use more flat brush. I know a lot of people use more like a fluffier brush.
Fluffy blending brush, yeah.
But I use that to use the finishing, but I like to apply the product with a smaller brush because I want to know exactly where I put them. And the brush, close your eye. You can see it's mainly and then the lighter shades, I put mainly right here.
That's still the same color? Or
Same color.
Wow, so you use a lighter hand.
I'm using a lighter hand, and you can see that I've just used the lighter hand and just faded out the color.
That's smart.
To be honest, for this, that color alone can give you the whole look, depending how like you fade it out with the color. And then I'm going to show you when we use with a deeper color. We do the same on this side.
I like that you're not using too many colors, because sometimes I feel like people think they need to use 20 colors
No, you
to
don't.
achieve a look.
You don't need to. Especially for eyeshadow, the intensity also based on how heavy-handed you are, how light-handed you are. You know, if you want the color a little lighter, and you just go a bit more gentle, more lighter-handed. So that's the first color I use. Next, you use a deeper shade. I use this shade right here, and I do on the outer part. And you can see I go very light-handed because that's the problem. People use it too heavy-handed and too big of the brush, and the product fall off everywhere.
Oh, that was me back then. And then I learned.
Yeah, so I think like, because your product is quite pigmented already, you don't need to do like, you know, so heavy. The color blends so well. You just need very light-handed, and this is what I just did.
Yeah, it feels like you're sculpting.
Just the shapes lightly, yeah. And you do the same on this side. You can even just use one shade earlier if you don't want too dark on the outer part, but I just want a bit more depth on the outer part.
Oh yeah, have fun.
So just lip it up a little bit, yeah. And then you use the blending brush you have earlier with the lighter shade. Close your eye. You just define the crease a little more and blend the light to the dark one. You can see that. And you use the light to blend on top of the dark shade you used. And I go a little more inner part here, just to find the crease even more. I mean, there are many different ways to do this, and you know, it just, you know, sometimes like you have the way you do and you always do the same, and I'm always use this technique how I do. So you merge the dark and the lighter shade together. After that, you use a clean blending brush, just blend the edge it out. Nothing else, just soften the edge out. I think this is one of the greatest tips I ever learned. To use like a clean brush to blend out all your shadow. The brush that you used for the light shadow earlier, same color, look at me. You can do a little bit along the lower lash line.
Oh, you're going far down.
I love your eye. I think I want to drag it down even lower, you know. Far down. Look up. You can see the way I blend, just very soft underneath there.
You're very gentle.
Thank you. Use the clean brush earlier. You can also blend the center here, so it's more soft to the edges. You can also use a shimmer shade if you want, you know, in the center part, you can add some shimmer in there. For this look, I'm trying to keep everything more matte. So I'm skip the shimmer, but you can try the shimmer part because a lot of you would love to have some shimmer there for sure. Yeah, I think Michelle do. But today I told her I'm just gonna use all the matte one.
We're doing the 90s look.
Yeah. The update version of the 90s. Yeah. I'm going to use a black liquid liner, mostly from outer part of the eye. So the best way for me to do this look is, can look straight for me. I'm gonna start right in the center of the eye where the curve starts to fall. That's when I do the liner. And basically just mostly from the outer part. And then close your eye. I just do a little bit to the middle. I don't want to go further than that. It's all personal preference, but for this, that's how far I'm going. I don't know about you guys, but for me, doing eyeliner is like an art. It's really hard. I find it's very hard to do a good, even eyeliner. So
It's very personal too, right?
yes, and I think everyone like how far out they like it different from each other too, you know. So for me, like that's really personal. So I told Michelle she can help me, you know, teach me how to tweak them after. I'm gonna do some lashes and I'll be right back. I just add some lashes. Right now I'm using mascara.
This is Pick Me Up Mascara. It's a tubing mascara formula. Very easy to remove.
So I'm use a bit on the top to blend out the natural lashes. That's what I love about this, because you can build the volume without all these clumpiness. So this one you can just wash with water.
With hot water.
Hot water.
Hot water comes off.
This is a great formula though. I think it's easy for people because sometimes mascara take forever to come up. Right?
It does. If you just want something gentle that conditions your lashes, this is a great, I mean, this is what I use. Because I used mascara for like almost like 20 years of my life, and they're just getting wimpy and weaker and weaker. And this is just a great way for me to have mascara without it feeling crusty the next day, you know?
Yeah. For highlighter, I'm going to use
Sunscape and Clarity.
We're trying to do a share video right now, so I'm really bad at talking, so she's talk all the name. I'm using a fan brush, and I love how gentle and soft this highlighter. So I use the fan brush and just give any radiance that you want to create. Just a little bit on the cupid bow, the bridge of the nose, and sometimes I do a little bit right here. It's all personal preference. And you can do a little bit on the cheek as well. I love that, not too glittery. It's great, yeah. For blush, I'm using Baroque.
Yes, Heaven's Glow and Baroque.
Oh. I'm so bad with them.
It's okay.
I love this shade because it's almost like your flush, but better. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It's like the shade is almost like you have natural flush,
Yes.
which I love.
Barely there.
Yeah, very there, yeah. Exactly the term. Guy, there's a reason why she's the original YouTuber, because she can say all the words that I couldn't figure out how to say.
I love how intentional every stroke you're doing. I just feel like it's exactly where you want it.
At the same time, again, when you look at her face, you know, you just play where do you think that you want to play the product, you know. That's what makeup is all about. It's all personal touch, you know. I can teach someone something, but then you have to use your own touch to apply the products. For lips, I'm using two different products.
This is Lip Cloud in Morning Mocha.
And lip liner.
This is Soft Blur in Teddy.
Both the shade I intentionally chose is more less color. Does that make sense? It's more like everything is more like a
Muted?
neutral, muted, because the whole, I'm doing the look more intentional, like a more neutral shades that I'm trying to do. But I know that your line have a lot of shades, but today I think this shade is like, it's so beautiful that I have to use it. So, you can see right now, I'm drawing the upper lips a little higher like this. And what I'm gonna do after, for lip liner on Michelle, I'm gonna skip right there. And I'm gonna skip the corner there, because it's fine for me. Put it a little apart. Michelle have beautiful lip shape. I'm not gonna cheat them, but I'm gonna just keep more softer edges, everything. And then I'm gonna use a blending brush I'm just gonna blend the edges out. I'm going back to the contour stick I used earlier. I'm gonna shape the upper lip even more. Big smile. Same thing. Create more shadow on the bottom here. I'm gonna apply the lip color directly. I love this shade. I think this shade even on deeper skin is really gorgeous. So you can see I leave the edges pretty soft and just more defined in the center area. So, do you plan to come out with more lipstick, bold lipstick, or is just a lip cream? And
We're coming out with some new lip products. That's all I can say. I'm so excited about them.
yeah. That is the final look, guys. I hope you enjoyed the look. Thank you, Michelle, so much for coming in the channel and let me play with your canvas.
I'm speechless. I wish we shot my reaction when I looked in the mirror. I was literally speechless. I can't wait to recreate this look. I didn't think I could carry a look like this, and it just looks so beautiful and sultry and sexy, but it still looks like me.
Thank you.
But just a different me. I like this new me.
Thank you so much for coming to the channel. I hope everyone give this video a lot of love. Give Michelle's channel and my channel a lot of love. And give us a thumb up. And don't forget to subscribe.
And click on the notification bell if you want any new updates. And
if you guys want to see more of this look on Michelle, welcome her come back. Let me know. Thank you.